Welcome back to Media Day Live here at field level at M&T Bank Stadium. I'm Bobby Broyles along with Brandon Noble, and we're joined by the Villanova Wildcats. Gentlemen, welcome to Media Day. Have you been enjoying yourself so far? Have you been over to the social station over here and played any of the games?
Not yet. A lot of interviews. A lot of interviews
so far. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Coach, they don't seem too thrilled yet.
No, they'll be okay. they'll be okay. I brought along two of our more quiet guys, but that's okay.
There you go.
This would be good for them to get out in the open.
Yeah. Is that on purpose so they don't give out too much of what's going on?
Who has secrets these days anyway? You know what I mean? Everyone gets your film. There's really no secrets anymore.
Joined here by head coach Mark Ferrante. And coach, last year this team started off on fire. The big win over city rival Temple, and then just a rash of injuries happened. And first of all, how's your team health-wise going in 2019, and maybe some of the expectations you were able to preach to this team in the offseason?
Well, we're always pretty good health-wise this time of year.
Yeah.
You know, the guys have been off for some time in May and June, and they're all back working out with our strength staff for the month of July. So we've always been pretty healthy. We were healthy the last 2 years, but unfortunately the injury bug hit us a little bit. So I don't know the answer to preventing injuries.
Yeah.
If anyone here has insight to that, I'd love to have them share that with us. But yeah, we started out with a great win at Temple, and unfortunately, you know, a couple weeks after that, we started losing some guys, and different than the year before. The year before, we lost guys for the season. Last year, we lost guys for 3, 4, and 6 weeks at a time. So we were able to get some of those guys back and finish up on a positive with our win against our rival Delaware last year. So, you know, but it's one of those things, and you know, right now we're excited about getting started. We start this Friday, as you mentioned earlier, and some people mentioned here while we've been here today. We have the first kickoff of the season in college football with a noon start up there at Colgate in week 0 on the 24th of August. So we start camp this Friday. So we'll get started, and hopefully the health of the team will continue through the preseason and into the season and be able to carry it throughout the duration of the year. But, you know, it's a physical game and a physical sport, so, you know, those things are going to happen. We just hope it doesn't happen to our starters and our premier players.
Have you had to do anything to change because of the early start? I mean, has it changed much as far as your schedule or what you're thinking of doing through camp? Yeah,
there'll be some changes. There'll be some slight adjustments, you know, because a lot of times our guys are there in July working with our strength staff as they are now, so that hasn't changed. But we're starting practice before their classes are even over. You know, Friday is our first practice, and they have their last day of class, and then the following Monday is the day they have final exams. So we have had to adjust our schedule and tweak things a little bit. They're not going to get that normal 5 to 6 days off in between the end of the semester and then getting started for preseason. So there'll be some things that we'll adjust. We've talked to our strength staff. We've talked to our training staff. Obviously, we've talked amongst ourselves as a staff. So there'll be some things that we'll adjust and kind of maybe ease into it a little more than maybe you have in previous years.
Of course, we're joined in student athletes, linebacker Drew Wiley and tight end Simon Bengelis. Simon, obviously this is something different for all of the players on the team this year. The week 0 game and the training camp started early. From a player's perspective, what has that been like? Is it kind of unbelievable that training camp begins on Friday?
Well, other years, you know, it's been different. You know, a lot of players say, you know, they're excited for training camp because, you know, there's no classes, you know, more chance for teams to bond. But, you know, for half of camp, it's kind of different now. You know, we still have class, you know, but, you know, it's still, there's a priority to football now, which, you know, it is exciting. But, I mean, we've been working at it all summer. You know, a lot of players more than usual have been back for summer session 1. You know, gives us more time to, you know, run through 7-on-7. We have had a lot of competition in the quarterback room. Went from 3 quarterbacks in the spring to 7 now in the going into the fall camp. So, you know, it's a really exciting time for us to bond and, you know, see what everyone has.
Drew, talk a little bit from your side of the ball. Villanova's traditionally been a very, very good defensive football team. And what are you guys doing right now? Right, everybody gets to see Saturday. What are you guys doing right now as a unit to make sure that continues and you guys are able to go out and week in and week out stuff the line of scrimmage and get after the quarterback?
Well, first, I've been honored to be a part of the Villanova defense ever since I got here at Villanova. But for this year's unit, I think throughout spring ball we've gotten a lot closer together. We've had defense-only meetings where we've shared a lot of personal and sad experiences with each other that's really brought us closer together. And I think as summer workouts have gone on, that has like spread throughout the team. And as a whole team together, we've definitely come a lot closer together.
And Coach, you know, coming back this year, you will have a new signal caller. Simon kind of alluded to it. You had 3 quarterbacks, now up to 7. What has that competition been like? And And what is that position looking like as you guys head into 2019?
Well, the main three guys, Jack Shetlick, Kadir Ishmael, and J.J. Scarpella, they're the ones that came through spring. So that's where it'll start, with those guys in preseason. We do have some new guys that we've added, 2 incoming freshmen and 2 grad transfers. So, pretty dramatic 2 ends of the spectrum from that perspective, from an experience standpoint and so on. So, people like to talk about quarterback controversies and all those things. It's another position. There's going to be competition. There's added competition, and they've all been doing a good job coming together. As Drew just mentioned, I think the team has hung out a lot more together this summer. As Simon just alluded to, we've had more guys there during the month of June working out together, and then the whole team there in July. I've seen a lot more guys coming in, watching film together on their own. They've organized more frequent 7-on-7s on their own that they've done this summer, so than we've maybe done the past couple of years. So I've seen a real nice bonding, if you will. It's that all-important team chemistry that people talk about all the time and try to figure out how to develop it. And I've noticed the quarterbacks, all 7 have been in the room watching film together. It's not like just these 2 that have been here with us and then the 2 new guys on their own or something like that. They've all been coming in and helping each other out, and that's what you need. You need to come together and gel as a team, and regardless of having a new staff or regardless of having new players, you're always going to have new players with freshmen, but we don't do a lot in the transfer market, but we have a couple guys coming in. It's a matter of them coming together and working together as a unit and as a side of ball, and then ultimately as a team. And I've seen a real good development there that maybe we haven't had these previous summers. Drew,
On the defensive side of the ball, you guys face some unbelievable talent in this conference every week, right? We just had Tom Flacco and Shane Simpson from Towson here. What's it like each week to go out and just know you're going to get tested? Like there are no Sisters of the Poor on the calendar, right? Every week is going to be a new challenge, and the variety, right? You got a couple fullbacks here, a tight end. You might see some spread. I mean, how do you prepare for that grind?
Well, for me personally, I love the variety that this league has. You either have teams like Delaware, they're ground and pound, or like teams like Towson, they throw it all over the place. But it's definitely great to face a new offense and a great offense every week. I mean, the CAA is the best conference in FCS, I believe. So there's playmakers all over the field every week, and it's exciting to play against.
Being back in an NFL stadium, it kind of reminds me of last year, that Temple game, not to bring back last year again, but it had to be an awesome experience for this team, Simon, to be going into the Link up there in Philadelphia and then knocking off the city rival Temple in week 1.
I mean, I think that says a lot about, the level of competition that we play, specifically in the CAA. A lot of people like to, show the differences between, what's FCS, what's FBS. And, I think that day we showed that the line is very, very thin. And, it definitely propelled us, for the season. Unfortunately, as Coach mentioned, we had a lot of injuries, but I think that was like one of the best starts I've ever experienced in football.
All right, here's the most important question of the day, Drew. All right, what is your go-to meal during camp? Favorite thing that makes you happy, right? Gives you a little smile on your face.
Well, normally first night of every camp since I've been here, we've gotten steak, so that's been great.
That's a good way to start. Bribe them early. I like that.
Yeah. But then
steak, shrimp, bring it in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Unfortunately, there's a slow decline from there, but that's all right. But other than that, I mean, to be honest, this is my last year playing football here, and I'm really excited to get camp going. I know it's a little earlier than it is like usually, but I can't wait to start practice on Friday.
That's right. What about you? What do you like to eat when you come off the field?
I love carbs, any type of pasta. Carbs. Specific, like in my family, we don't eat a lot of pasta. So anytime I'm at a restaurant or a dining hall, I always, take the opportunity to eat as much pasta as I can. So yeah, definitely.
Now you mentioned the question. You said, "What's your favorite food?" But what makes them happy?
Right.
You said that, right?
Yeah.
Here's what makes them happy outside of the food.
Right.
Naps in between sessions, and then the end of positional meetings.
Absolutely.
That's what makes them happy.
A big smile on your face. I remember those days. What about you? What's the go-to food for you?
Gosh.
Do you get to eat during camp?
Unfortunately, there's too many to choose from because I don't push too many away. I need to start maybe being a little more selective in my choices. And these guys will probably say my go-to happy thing is Diet Coke.
Okay.
But I've been cutting back.
You grabbed one when you walked in.
I did have one this
back.
morning. I don't drink hot coffee or anything like that, so that's kind of. But if these guys, they'll notice a significant change this year. I'm down to probably less than one a day, and These guys probably see it once every meeting.
Right.
You know, so we'll see if we can keep that up through
That's
camp.
awesome.
We'll see if we can keep that up through camp.
All right, well, Coach, we look forward to seeing what you guys do in 2019. We'll watch your Diet Coke count so that we can critique you on the show here next year. And good luck. Stay healthy. You know, love to watch this team every year. And good luck this season.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We're going to take